Hi guys, it's me. I know some of you are probably like, who are you? Where's Jess? But you should know who I am. So if you don't know, find out. Okay, so the big news is I got Invisalign. I'm kidding. I probably should take it out eventually because I'm very lispy. We have some new fans, which is very exciting, but I am here to do a little Reckless update. I've done a few of these in the past, kind of little story time, sometimes telling you about things that happened in the past. Now I'm gonna tell you about recent history and what our big news is, what we're working on, and what's happening over here at Reckless. Okay, so we have been reading your comments and we see what you guys are kind of asking and wanting to know, and so the purpose of this is to answer that, tell you guys what you've been wanting to know, and probably tell you some things you didn't even know you wanted to know. So for the new fans out there, quickly, I'm Lindsey. I started this channel with Jason and Eric, and I wrote and created Online Gamer, PlayStation Girl, all the console girls, as well as our older series like Psycho Girlfriend and Bad Friends and all those. And once we have a series that becomes a hit and we have a great cast and we have a great crew all lined up, then I start to pass off the writing to other funny, talented friends. Like now, for instance, PlayStation Girl is written by Kyle, who's a hilarious writer who's been around since the Clan days. You know him as Josh from the Clan. Okay, let's get right to the big news. Reckless is gonna start making horror movies. And yeah, I said movies as in plural. We're going to be making multiple horror movies. This is something we have been working on for a long time, getting all of our ducks in a row so we can do this, finding people who want to write and produce and create horror movies. And so the process has begun in very early stages, but we're going to be making full-on movies. So some of them will go to the theater, some of them will go to streaming platforms. Maybe they'll even be here on YouTube. We'll figure that out down the road. That's cart before the horse, but they will be full-on horror films. And we are super excited. Something we've really wanted to do for a long time. We've obviously wanted to make movies. We've made movies, but we are psyched to be getting into the horror genre. So the plan is to kind of be vlogging a little bit of this process as we get beyond the script stage, with behind the scenes as production begins and all that kind of stuff, which we'll put out on this channel so you can start to follow the journey of each movie. And of course, we'll let you know how you can support if that's needed or where it's gonna be airing, all that. So stay tuned for things like that. That also means on this channel, we are gonna start doing some horror genre content. So it might be sketches, it might be little shorts or bits, or again, the behind the scenes stuff. So be ready for that. Doesn't mean we're stopping what we already do. There'll be lots more console girls and sketch comedy and our live streams and all that. So this is in addition to, but kind of good to be getting in that headspace of like, get ready for some cool horror content. Okay, so making movies, starting a movie business, that is very time consuming. It's been a year of us working on this a lot just to get to the place where we're like, yeah, we can make movies. And so once we start actually producing and making and writing and shooting all these movies, it's gonna be even more time consuming. So that means there's gonna be some changes to our regularly scheduled programming on the channel. And I've already went into that a little bit with horror content, but it also means some things are gonna change with the console girls. So as you've seen with Reckless, people often move on, change careers, become super famous, whatever it is. So we're going to be making some changes with PlayStation Girl. So with her blessing, we are going to be casting a new PlayStation Girl. It doesn't mean we're going to take away what we've already done with PlayStation Girl. That will still exist, but it will sort of be like a next gen PlayStation Girl or whatever we want to call it. But the reason why we haven't been making so many of specifically PlayStation Girl is due to Angie's availability and the fact that she has switched her careers. But we want to keep making it and she wants us to keep making it. So she's like, let's find someone else to kind of carry the torch.
Don't worry, I'm not dead. I don't know if that video looked like an obituary. I don't know what's happening. Love you all. Goodbye. Thanks for the laughs.
So be on the lookout for when we do that. Of course, we're gonna put a lot of time and effort into finding the right person, but I guarantee you if we like the person and feel like they're good, you probably will too. So this decision is in good hands. And we're gonna do the same thing with Switch Girl, because Ruby, who played Switch Girl in the past, has also moved on, and we want to find a new Switch girl. I've said this before, but the series would not be what it is without Angie.
Maybe Hermione should Hermione her own business.
Whoa, it sounds more important than missing tea time, bruv.
I don't even sound like that. Well, you do sound thirsty. Do you need a bottle of water?
Yeah, you need a bottle of water.
Angie really started us off with PlayStation Girl. What she brought to it made it what it is. So we're not taking away any of that. And again, we have her blessing to make this change. It doesn't change like the canon and everything we've done. All those videos with these other actresses will remain on the channel, but this is going to be kind of like a new reboot because we want to keep making that series. That's the thing about the industry that we keep saying is like, it is fluid. We go project to project and we're all still friends. We all stay in touch. If you can, you should go follow each one of us individually. We will try to be promoting what everybody is doing that I just mentioned, but it's easier just find them on whatever platforms they're currently on. And that way you can stay up on what each one of us is doing. For me, I'm also rarely ever here in the Reckless studio because I am writing on a Disney show. Haley's on it, which is streaming on Disney Plus now, so you can go watch it, tell your kids. It's a really fun, funny, animated show that's on Disney Plus. Haley's on it. It stars Auli'i, who played Moana, and Manny Jacinto, who was on The Good Place, and it's a fun, great show. So I'm usually in the writer's room and I barely ever make it by here. As far as Reckless Rollplay, where we were doing a lot of tabletop RPGs, we have had to put that on pause because when we started ramping up this movie business, we just couldn't do it all. We cannot do that, plus keep Reckless Comedy content going and do movies. So we kind of decided to focus on Reckless Comedy and movies. And so we hope to come back to it because we absolutely loved doing that content. And time will tell. Okay, and as far as live streaming goes, that will continue. Jess is doing the same amount of live streams over on Twitch and sometimes here on this channel. So all that will stay the same. So right now, just to get an idea of who's here working and who's making content and who's around the studio, we have Jason running the show right now. He is in charge of the studio and running the movie business and just kind of like the big boss around here. And then there's Clark, who's been here since day one, still here. He's kind of like number 2. Is that the skipper? First mate? He's like the first mate. He's in charge of kind of directing all of the sketches and the things that we're doing, and then keeping the studio running, and then working on the horror movie with me. And then there's Matt, who's the producer, running around doing everything, keeping us all sane and organized. And then Raquel, who is our everything. She directs, she edits, she produces, she makes sure we keep eating enough Taco Bell. She just does it all. And then, of course, there's Jess and Kyle, who are our talent, our writers. They're in front of the screen, and they're just here because they are, first of all, awesome. They're hilarious, and they really get what we're doing at Reckless, and they've just been like such a perfect addition to the team. So that's kind of where we're at now. That team's going to probably get a lot bigger soon as we start doing more and more movies, but that's our little dream team right now. Okay. That was a lot. I got through what I feel like you guys need to know, hopefully answered the questions we're seeing in the comments, and got you excited about the things that we have in the works. We'll keep you updated as much as we can. Please follow us on all the social platforms because sometimes you can get more details and see like little behind the scenes of all these things we have going on. And comment below if you want clarification on something, or you have more questions, or let me know what I should do a whole nother update video about if there's still some outstanding things to talk about. But we can at least message back if you comment below and like answer any questions. So until then, thanks for watching and see you next time.